It's Danny and Kevin, the podcast.
Podcast number 9, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you doing with the blue balls? What is this?
I hope that wasn't what you had all weekend because it was your birthday.
Get the other one. Get it. Yeah! But you hit it with another one.
I'm a little triggered because I just started watching Squid Games and I saw the marble scene and it broke me down and that just reminded me.
I was about to be like, what were you watching? This reminded you of.
Not the marble. The marble scene is terrible.
Marble scene is the saddest thing ever.
Can I confess something?
What?
I've never seen Squid Games.
Watch it.
Literally just hit my
blame
nipple.
you. I don't blame you.
Watch it.
I don't blame you. I just started watching it the other day.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I just started watching
I just watched it a second time
But see-
because my boyfriend, he hadn't watched it. So a couple of weeks ago, we watched it again.
But see, I'm the kind of person, like, I'll wait to watch something until the second season's out. Like, I did the same thing with, like, Schitt's Creek and Ted Lasso and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
How was your birthday weekend?
Earth to CJ.
Well, it was good. It was good. We went out Friday. We went to a couple places on Mills.
Yeah.
I started out at, like, the Grape and Grain, which is a really cool little low-key bar.
I love that place.
It's
I wanna
really cool.
go.
It's really cool. They have art for sale on the walls, and it's like some of it's really expensive, but it's really cool. They have beer and wine. It's a cool little venue. And then we went to Poor Choice,
Yeah.
which is a really cool tap house, which made some poor choices there. And then Wally's. We ended up at Wally's.
Wow.
Me and Kevin left town this weekend. We have to do something with you for your birthday.
Yeah.
We didn't even do anything for your birthday. I mean, we did the show when we did the cupcakes and all that, but no, we have to do
Can I
something
tell you
for
about
your
those
birthday.
cupcakes? So I brought those cupcakes home, and I was so excited. I was like, "Oh, I can't wait!" And I come downstairs the next morning, and Chris goes, "So I ate 2 of your cupcakes."
What?
He ate the funfetti one and the chocolate one, which is like, I'm like,
Wow.
He ate your birthday cupcakes?
yeah.
It's okay.
Chris!
Sorry, I'm gonna throw it out there.
Oh my gosh, that's so messed up. You can't eat people's birthday presents.
But it's okay. He made up for it because then the next day we went to my friend Stephanie. Shout out to my friend Stephanie at Universal. She got us in and like walked us on all the rides and stuff.
Ooh.
And so he paid for my drinks all day. So
Well, that's a trade-off. Just a trade-off. That works.
as a benefit. Speaking of drinks, what is this, Kevin?
That is shout out to Light on Sugar. My little brother put me onto this, but it's called a taro latte.
Wait, is this from the one in Winter Park, or is there one over here in
I
Altamont?
believe it's Winter Park, yeah.
Oh wow,
These are Winter Park.
Light on
this
Sugar.
traveled pretty
It's a
far
bakery.
and it held up really well.
Yeah, it's really good.
I don't like coffee.
You're not a
so
coffee drinker, that's why. Which is delicious. I love it.
This
I'll
tastes
try.
like
The ASMR.
A piece of ice hit my throat.
Oh God.
I hate ASMR videos. I want to punch. Listen, that one lady that does it, what's her name? ASMR Chew or something like that?
I don't know, but there's
I wanna
one
punch
that
her in the face.
eats crab legs and everything, bro.
Oh,
That's
this
too
isn't
much.
bad.
It's
It tastes
good.
like,
Like, was it like hazelnut or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're not a coffee drinker, so it's not gonna hit you the right way.
But this is milk
coffee
tea, right?
drinkers
What is
delicious.
this at the bottom?
Yeah, I think
It's a
milk tea,
latte,
I'm not
but a
sure.
latte is
Purple.
mostly milk. That's the
Yeah,
taro.
whole milk, yeah, the taro, yeah,
Yeah, so basically a latte is just milk.
basically, yeah.
What is taro?
I don't know. Maybe I should Google that right now.
Taro isn't taro a root?
I don't know.
I mean, it originates from Asian culture.
Taro,
right?
I don't know. Yeah, Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Herbaceous plant of the arum family. It's an edible root-like corm. Wow.
Okay, culture. See, okay, I look coming through.
I don't season my chicken and I don't wash my chicken, but I know about taro.
But you now clean rice, which I'm proud of you.
Yeah, taro
I do.
latte. Yeah, taro latte. It's a milk base and it's topped with a fat shot of espresso. So there's espresso in here.
Did you say espresso? Because I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Espresso, yeah.
Espresso.
Espresso.
That's one of Chris's because he's Italian. People are like espresso. He's like, I don't know what that is. Oh, what is espresso? Because it's ESS. It's espresso. Espresso.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris is like straight up like Italian.
His mom is from Italy. She's from Bari,
Really?
Bari, Italy, and his dad is Irish, is Italian and Welsh.
Oh, that's awesome.
So he's pretty much like all straight up Italian.
That's awesome.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of things happened this week. We finally got sponsored, right? We got a nice little sponsor.
Yeah.
Well, we got our first little contest going. Big shouts out to Shell at Body Med Spa. So what we gonna do is if you leave us a comment on YouTube, if you leave us a review, leave that 5-star review, and then leave us a little comment on Apple, Spotify, whatever you're listening on. We're gonna pick people at random to send them to Body Med Spa, and I've been there. That place is dope. They're so cool there.
Yeah.
They have these amazing products that I am using, like some of the facial creams and stuff I've been using.
They got anything that gets rid of double chins?
They actually do. They have a lot of stuff.
very
Like
nice.
in addition to like massages and facials and all that, they also do like like laser stuff and like sculpting.
Oh, cool sculpting. Yeah.
The body sculpting stuff,
Yeah, really cool.
So they do all that stuff. So definitely check them out, Body Med Spa. And if you leave us a review, 5-star review, leave us a comment. We're gonna start picking people at random to send them to the spa.
Yeah.
Love
Get
that.
$50 to the spa.
Amazing,
And big shouts out to Shell for all that. Give it up for Shell.
Yay.
Thank you, Shell.
This is the equivalent to me clapping my hands in this ball pit.
Right, you throw the balls up.
You get a celebratory ball thrash. You get a celebratory ball.
So a lot of crazy things happened over the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start off with this Wiz Khalifa drama. Have you heard about it?
Okay, you tell us more. I
so-
saw the Wiz Khalifa drama, but I don't know too much about exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
So long story short, Wiz Khalifa was doing a club performance. He's on tour for his new album that dropped. Yes, he still makes music. Not trying to throw shade, but, but yes, he still does music. And it looks like he spazzed on one of the DJs because the DJs was basically, when artists come to the clubs, they usually like have the DJ play their music and they perform it right there, because it's not like a whole like stage and everything, and Wiz Khalifa's DJ wasn't there. So they actually did it. I'm trying to pull up the video so you guys can probably hear it.
You want to fight, then we can do it.
Oh, he was mad.
Starting to fight him.
Suck, don't hug me, bitch. Y'all niggas suck. Play my new. Play badass bitches. Y'all are horrible DJs. Now I came here tonight
Horrible right
to
here.
promote for y'all to have a good ass time and have a great time. But you know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna sit here and let these like this shit is acceptable. I'm a real ass.
Whoa, what? So,
I mean, he went on a full rampage on there, and then it continues on, and then afterwards too, like he finally gets the music going, pushes the DJ, and then tells the DJ, "Get the fuck off me," basically. And then as he's performing, right, the DJ is like looking up, like, okay, it's finally done, and he goes, "I'm teaching these guys how to DJ," and smacks his hat off. Yeah, it's aggressive. It's aggressive.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he quit.
Who?
the
The DJ.
Oh, from my understanding, no.
I mean, I've seen this happen before here. I remember being at when they used to call it, what's it called now? It used to be the CFE Arena?
Oh, Edition Financial Arena.
Edition Financial Arena. I remember being there and Keith Sweat was on stage.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was going on with the sound guy, but Keith Sweat is just like dancing. And then, he'll do his little turn. And so his back is to the audience and he was like, like cursing the sound dude out. And the sound dude's like, because he was screwing up the sound. And I get that as a performer, when somebody is messing up your sound, and we done had soundtrack, we done went through this, and
That's
now
true.
in front of all these people, you got me sounding crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed.
It's funny you say that. Beyonce was in concert one time and she was singing and something was going on with the sound and she just goes, someone's losing their job tonight. Like it's just the most
That's
like direct way, like you're fired.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, but it's going crazy right now on Twitter, at least, and it actually made it to TMZ, and a lot of big names like Kid Capri, which is from New York, he's calling him out. Craze is calling him out. But the big thing is like, where does the disconnect come from with all of that? Like, why is it like like, is it his fault for getting mad, or is it the DJ's fault for not being prepared?
But here's my thing. I guess my thing is like, as a concert goer, as a patron, I don't know that and I don't care. So it's like, take care of that business behind the scenes, I guess. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you are performing and everything is screwing up, it's kind of like, what?
Well, I would literally just stop it and be like, hey, can we fix this? And then behind this, because what I think what happens is it causes people to jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
And then they get on a side, and it's like, well, maybe that person might actually have been in the right.
So it's not more of a concert. It's more of a club.
It's a club
performance.
appearance.
So basically, like when they go there, people are already partying to the club.
So they're like, they're oblivious to what's actually going on.
Right? No. But once Wiz Khalifa was there, and he's like, "All right, I'm about to do my thing." That's when the DJ jumps on and he plays his music. You know what I mean? So, I actually know somebody that knows someone in the Taylor Gang camp, which is DJ Koo. And Koo reached out and found out that basically the DJ had all of the music, he had all of the show prep for it, and the set list that he was supposed to use for the entire night. They sent it to him before, and he decided not to download it or use it. He just said, "I have it." And shouts to Bootleg Kev, which is another radio personality out there. He was actually at the performance, and apparently, like, through the entire thing, Wiz Khalifa was trying to perform, and he was just backspinning his record, making him sing records that they wanted him to sing. That was it. Like, they were like trying to dictate the whole thing. I don't like the way Wiz Khalifa acted. I don't. But at the same time, I can understand the frustration.
Yeah, that's
it's like, I prepared.
Yeah.
I gave you what, I'm the artist.
Right.
So at this point, no matter what your program is, I'm the artist. I was brought in for this job, right? To perform. Yeah. And even if it's a club or whatever, I brought you my set list. I prepared. I sat here and said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. If the vibe is here, we're going to do this. And you said, you know what? I don't like that.
Right.
I'm going to do this.
Right.
Like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, because like the label would be the one that would be like, because typically like on our side, like the label says, hey, here's what you can ask, here's what you can do, here's what they're gonna sing, this is the time you have. And so it sounded like one of those situations, and that DJ was just like,
I remember I had to open up for Marky Basie, and I had to play his music for him, and his label gave me all of his instrumentals, and then his I guess his TM was right next to me and was like, okay, run that back one more time.
What does TM mean?
Tour manager.
There you go.
So
People might not know what that means.
I didn't even know what that was.
I didn't know what that meant either. I was like,
I've been doing this since I was 16. I didn't know what that was.
Tour manager basically gave me the USB, plugged it into my stuff, and was like, all right, run it back one more time. He's like, all right, you're good. He's gonna sing it. Like, and would just direct me through the entire thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of see where there was miscommunication somewhere. But yeah, if you want to see the video, it's obviously there. But it gets cringy. Like, personally, I love Wiz Khalifa. I grew up with Wiz Khalifa in my iPod Nano as a kid. I'm not kidding. I was like Taylor.
So basically, what you just said is you about to turn 30.
I love Wiz Khalifa. I do, but I'll be damned. I mean, Wiz Khalifa, I don't care how much boxing and how tall he is, he's been doing. You know,
even in the gym, I don't
care how much boxing he's been doing. I don't care how tall he is. I'm checking that man's jaw. Like nope, not me. To make me look that crazy on stage. Like, you see him pushing him. You just push him.
I can't wait for the Twitter reactions to that video, because that's one of my favorite, like, all-time Twitter disses. Someone said Wiz Khalifa looks like a homeless woman. That was on the Jimmy Kimmel mean tweets. I love Twitter, so I'm going to go straight to Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter was just like, especially when he was wearing the workout stage, they were like, yo, he just got rid of all of his clothes.
Yes, literally.
All he was doing was walking around in the streets in his underwear, everywhere, his sports underwear. Ridiculous.
All right. Well, speaking of like clubs and whatnot, me and Kevin are in the club. We're downtown.
I know. I thought of y'all this weekend.
Child, did you see they had like this shooting and like 7 people got shot?
Yeah.
I remember being downtown and they had all the roads and everything shut down. Yeah. And I had to get to your little brother because Kevin was in Tampa. So I had to get to Robert, and Robert's like, they have everything shut down. I can't get out, blah, 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 blah. It was chaotic, but obviously we got out safely. But that it's just tough because it's like it feels like post COVID. Downtown has just been crazy.
I think, and I think it's just, I feel like people, especially right after COVID, people were looking for those escapes. So there was just more people. But I think now that since more people have realized like, oh, I can go downtown, it's fun, it's great. The same thing. Because this was actually at Wall Street, which was kind of like, I was shocked because Wall Street, you have to, don't you get patted down?
It was a little bit, it was between Wall Street and Beecham. So it was that little area of the let out. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
right?
so
Yeah,
it was
where
on
everybody's
Orange.
just in the street.
Yeah,
so it's
it was
on
Orange.
It was definitely on Orange, yes.
Wow.
Right on the main street of Orange that's closed down. It looks like, well, what it's saying is basically a fight broke out, and the guy that had the gun just basically stood up and shot in the crowd.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, hit 7 people. Injured.
That is so dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody died. I think
No, I think everybody was
hospitalized.
just like people were
People
hospitalized.
were grazed by the most part.
Yeah.
But
I was just coming home from Tampa, so I was freaking out. You know, my brother told me that they basically had everybody in lockdown in the club because that happened right outside of the club that he was at.
Yeah.
You know, so they didn't, which is honestly, if you're in the nightlife industry, that is the best way to go, is like stay in the club just for like a couple hours during the let out, because that's when everybody's, you know, they're out, they're trying to pick up some girls.
nah, I leave before midnight. So I'm like, listen, I'm not turning the
Demon
pumpkin.
time.
Listen,
Child, I be out, and then because I know where most of the people are, I
avoid those
go
areas.
around. So like in that little area where the let out is on Orange, I try to very rarely go down that road. I go around because 9 times out of 10, it seems like if something's gonna happen, it typically happens over
on
there.
Orange. It happens on Orange. The last shooting was on Orange. It was on Orange and Central.
Yeah, it happens over
Yeah.
there. So I try to where I am is on the other side. So I'm like, let me go around. If I'm going to where Kevin is, and because, you know, me and Kevin, we usually meet up afterwards so that I'm not walking by myself.
Right.
But like, I'm going around. Instead of going, like, let's go through.
Well,
No, I'm
now
going around.
there's going to be checkpoints to get in through downtown.
I
So they
saw
just
that.
announced that they're going to have
So
checkpoints.
how are the checkpoints going to work?
They're probably going to be set up in strategic like locations so that they can control the access of coming in and out.
Yes, so you were out for St. Patty's.
Yeah, so like they literally had all the roads shut off,
Yeah.
and you had to literally go past a cop. But they weren't checking. They didn't check me.
No, it's the dogs. You didn't see the dogs. So basically,
there was a dog.
Basically, between each road, right, that goes into the main walkway to
Yeah, the feeder basically.
basically. So they basically put bike racks around, and then it's 2 cops in the side, and they have dogs. So you're forced not to walk on the sidewalk, but to walk in between. And the dogs are gonna smell you to make sure like you got no weapons on you and none of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool, but I know it will help. I think what needs to be controlled is the let out. That's what needs to be controlled.
Or the number of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like outside, like once they get out the clubs, people are just standing outside. You know what they need to do is
no loitering.
And a buddy playing Steezy told me about this. You know, but what they need to do is like they need to put a time limit on the garage. They need to put a time limit on the garage. Like the garage closes at 2:30, so people are out the clubs and running to their car, getting the hell out of downtown. If that makes any sense.
That makes me nervous even too because
Then everyone's in the
everybody's
garage.
in the garage. Then all those people are in the garage, and if it's conflict, okay, we know where. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I'm going to my car in the garage, I've seen like people in there arguing or people stopping people before, and I'm like, let me get to my car and get up out of here.
When I did the couple club gigs I did, I sprinted to my car because one time I was walking out of I forget what club it was, and I'm walking out and I'm going to my car, and there was a legit fight happening right in front of cops. And I mean, I'm talking like 15 people, and I'm like, what is wrong with y'all?
Yeah. It's a control of like those people. They got to get people off the streets and go. I mean, in San Diego, they close the club around 1:30. They don't play.
Yeah.
Like 1:30, and they know that like everything stops around 2, but 1:30 is good enough to get them cleared
Right.
out. and
Yeah,
that's it.
and I feel what's going to happen is if this continues to happen, they're going to start placing a lot more restrictions on these bars and clubs.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, hey, you got to start regulating who you're selling liquor to,
Yeah.
limits of drinks. Like it's going to inhibit people.
I
You
mean,
know?
what I'm worried about really is, which was the dumbest thing, was because of the shooting before this.
Yeah.
they gave a noise ordinance to each and every club. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember actually. I do because when you were DJing, they come in like, hey, turn it down.
Yep,
Yeah, I remember because even at the
Turn it down.
club I am at, they used to say, okay, you can take the microphone, go outside, engage with people because it's kind of a flowy venue. But now it's like, yeah, you can't have the mic. We can't have the speakers
Right.
outside. The music can't be louder than outside.
For us, it's like, guys, you guys play music in restaurants. Like the music's not doing anything.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
the
like
music.
it's
You know what I
not the
mean?
music.
The
It's
music's
like
not
it needs to be
doing
more crowd
shit.
control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not doing anything. So it's like, why?
I think you're right. I think it's the loitering thing. Because if
Yeah.
you see a large group of people forming, typically that's usually an indicator of like, okay, something could go down right there. Because typically people that loiter after a club and there's that many people can't be good.
Think
Yeah.
about it, man.
But
It's just a whole bunch of groups of people that are already like drunk, a little bit
Yeah.
high, that are just
Everyone's
kinda
heightened.
sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Joking around
Yeah, I
with
get
each
it.
other. It's too much, man.
Man, that's
Then
why
on
I
the
drink
flip
on my
side,
couch.
on the flip side of all of that too, I feel bad. Like, you know, something's obviously going to happen.
Right.
But I feel bad for, you know, those vendors, those food
Yeah.
vendors
No,
out there,
yeah.
because a lot of those food vendors, you know, that's their bread and butter as far as like the weekend.
Right.
You know, people are drunk. They go in, get that slice of pizza, get those
Yep.
wings, get those hot dogs or whatever. And that's how these people really are making a living. But, you know, because people can't act right, I think those are really the people who are going to have to, you know, suffer because of that. Because even if you notice now, like there's a whole bunch of like food vendors that's not there anymore post COVID.
Yeah.
Like there used to be tons of food vendors. I remember
There used
the
to be a lot of food
trucks used
trucks.
to be
I don't
down
know.
there.
I don't know. I think they came back. I'm not sure.
No, I was talking to big shouts out to, well, I'm not going to put his name out there because I don't know. I don't want to get him in no trouble for telling me stuff. But I was talking to one of our friends that's one of the food vendors down there, and he was saying that post COVID, he said that's a purposeful thing. They made it harder for a lot of people to actually have the permits to be able to sell food
Which
downtown.
prevents the loitering of large people on the streets,
So
which
he was
brings to
like-
your...
Yeah,
Right.
so
I
he
think
was-
we're solving the issue here.
Yeah. So, but it sucks though because these people are, you know, they're just trying to sell some food.
Well, and what happens is you have people that end up in these situations. They end up getting PTSD because, like with Pulse, that did it for me. Like I get nervous at this, and just large crowds in general.
Oh my gosh, I get that happened to the other day in the bar that I do on the weekends, right? These kids come in. It's this big droves of kids come in. So already I was like, what is this about? But I'm like, okay, like
Yeah.
this is good, right? They all kind of run to the bathroom, like rush the bathroom. I was like, what is going on? Then they all run upstairs. They hop the bar, and it looks like they're searching, scrounging, looking for like liquor or something. Then all of them take their phones out. And I look, and I'm on the mic, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, what are y'all doing? Well, I didn't say that, but yeah. I was like, what are y'all doing? And so then they're like, come here. I was like, I'm not going over there. It's about 30 of y'all and it's one of me. I'm gonna go over there. I'm about to go get security. That's what I'm about to go do. So I go and get security. Then they all kind of start running out. And it was just weird. I was like, what is going on? So as I'm telling the bartender, I was like, okay, I grab security. I go talk to one of the bartenders and I'm like, hey, this group of kids, it's some weirdness going on with them. So, you know, be on the lookout, stay safe, you know, kind of have a little bit of heightened alert with you, heightened sense of urgency. As I'm talking to her, a kid jumps from the top balcony onto the bar. She goes, no. She's like, get him out of here. Let's get him out. She's like, you cannot do that. But yeah, I think it's like TikTok or something.
Yeah, they're TikTok challenges.
Yeah, and as he says that, that's the crazy thing. As she does that, the manager comes out and he's like, yo, get these kids out of here. They just flooded all of the bathrooms.
That is a trend. So the trend is like you go to a place, you flood the bathroom.
It's too much.
It's stupid.
What?
You're ruining people's businesses. Like jail. You will go to jail.
That's like low-key, that is vandalism.
That
You're
is
going to jail.
So it's 110% vandalism.
People are stupid, man.
That's crazy.
I'm not here for that at all.
So yeah, this has just been a week of just ridiculousness.
Yeah.
So just if you're going out, still be safe.
Yes.
Be safe. Be
Yeah,
safe.
I would honestly like if you're going out downtown. I know you like to head and stay in the clubs all night long, but yo, cut it 30 minutes early, get to your car early. That way you can get out of the parking garages a little bit earlier too.
And if you see things that you're like, hey, like that situation, like you saw something, you were like, I don't know about all this.
Right.
Like you can tell when things are going weird. Let people know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Another thing is too, like, stay away from this. Like, Orlando's like, okay, so Orlando shuts down the roads and everybody's walking in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Stay next to the walls. Like, that's where because like, God forbid something happens, you could creep into a doorway. Sucks that we have to say this. Well, either way, just stay safe, okay? And
So leave us a review, 5-star review. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell, and some random person's going to win a $50 gift card to That Body Spa.
Whole bunch of random people to Body Med Spa.